That time again. Yes, it is Lightning Player of the Month that's coming out tomorrow. And today, the time-honored tradition of me guessing what it'll be and being terribly, inaccurately, unequivocally, hilariously wrong. So before we get into it, let me know who your pick is for the Lightning card for tomorrow. I'm not really too concerned about the Retro Lightning. I guess I could throw that in there as well, who I think it'll be. I think they kind of made it somewhat obvious, as I'm going to throw him in here really quickly. But before all that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out any more of this weird action that we have here at MLB The Show 25. So with all that, let's just get into it and see how wrong I will be in a couple days. Okay, so here we are. This is what I think it'll be. Mind you, this isn't basically everybody, but we're going to start off with the guys who I think aren't necessarily going to have anything. Starting off, Juan Soto had a heck of a month, a disgusting month. Arguably, the way I do this, I do it through fantasy for the most part and talk about their rankings. So generally, we're kind of on the same page. He was the #1 guy the last 30 days. Now, granted, this is done also a couple days after the first, but nevertheless, pretty good. But however, as you see, he got a June Player of the Month card. A 97. I don't think he'll get a 99 right now. He could. He very much could, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's definitely had a good month, and it's worth celebrating. How this one, I think, could happen. Again, last month sort of broke the mold because Willy Adames got a card earlier in the month and then got the Lightning. So George Springer got a card last month at the end, I believe. So he could get another one here. Again, the dude's having an amazing year. He deserves it. However, I think at this point they might just wait for a finest, but we will see how this sort of plays out. Mind you, this was last year and he had 7 home runs, so it was already pretty good anyway. Another guy who did really, really well was Shohei Ohtani. I know, shocker. Could he get a 99 early? Well, he just got one for the All-Star game, so probably not. And his pitching side really hasn't been that great. The offense has been, but again, at this juncture, I don't think he's necessarily going to get one. And yes, I finally finished the live series collection yesterday. Banger day for me. So ultimately, I don't think we're gonna see an Ohtani card here. Again, if they did, that would be stellar. I would be thrilled by it. I just don't see it happening. But again, it could happen. Now, I do want to note, I guess I could throw him in here just for the sake of having it in here. I do want to mention, I do anticipate Kyle Schwarber getting a card tomorrow. I'm recording this whenever, never mind. On Friday, tomorrow, for his home runs. But I don't know where it'll be. It might be the collection reward for like the halfway point. So maybe, I don't know if they'll throw it in there. I'm not entirely sure what they're gonna do. But I think he's going to have a card because of that home run game. It probably would have been the collection thing, kind of like what they did with Nicholas Hertz earlier. But I don't know, because of the timing of that, they didn't really have it. So kind of see where this is going to end up being. So his 4 home run card might be like the halfway point, and I don't know how many cards that'll be. So keep that one in mind there for you. Now, let's go down the list of guys who I think will get a card. Now, granted, this could be a program. This could be it's not the Lightning. I think the Lightning's pretty obvious. Granted, I said that last time, and we were wrong. Now, let's go down the list of guys who I think it'll be it. One of the cards I think that we will see is a Freddie Peralta card. Freddie Peralta, for the month, 28 innings, 4 wins, an ERA of 0.32, and a WHIP of 0.82. The guy's been outstanding. I think his rewards will be a card somewhere. A lot of time, they like to give a starting pitcher. They like to give a reliever. I have both. I don't think he's going to be a pack card. I really hope he's in the program. This would be a great card to have for Brewers theme team. The 4 pitches could be a turnoff, the fastball, the circle change, the 12, and the slider. A lot of people are like, well, where's my sinker? Where's my cutter? Doesn't have one. The velocity is 95, so it might be a little bit difficult for a lot of people, but I think it'd be a fun card for a Brewers theme team as we go along, because as we talk about all the time, sometimes it helps the theme teams, and that's a big thing that people kind of like, especially towards the end of the year where the teams are kind of solidified. So he could be another addition to that Brewers theme team at maybe a 95, 96. I don't know if it sort of goes the way of last time, which I figured it will be. I kind of hope they start at 97s and go up, but we'll see on that front. The next one up here as we go back to the infield is Geraldo Perdomo. Geraldo for the month has a slash line of 308, 408, and 523. So average slugging and on base plus slugging, and he has 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. Pretty nifty card there. You see the fielding here from his summer league card. It could get a little bit more of a boosty boost for sure. But again, I kind of at this point, it would help Brewers team another really good shortstop. Give him a little power boost. That's really all he would need. Maybe a little bit of fielding boost. Again, I think in terms of program cards, he fits this build of like good, but not the best in the world. And again, I think a higher card for him, because I don't think mind you, he's not going to get a finest card. That's for sure, because he's with Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll's got that spot locked up for sure. Giving him this card right now is probably a good little like tweak sort of to set for the Diamondbacks theme team. Next card on my list here for another pitcher, a reliever. I think Chapman's going to get a card. Chapman hasn't allowed a run in like 45 innings or a batter to reach something crazy like that. His ERA for the month is 0. His whip is 0.10 with 8 saves. The dude is back. He is pitching in a way that we haven't seen in a while. He's not going to win any awards for it. But again, a 0 ERA and a whip of 10. A whip of effing 10 with 8 saves. Granted, that's again going a little bit later than the first, but that's an insane line. Absolutely unequivocally insane for him to have. And again, do we need another Chapman? No, I think there is a 99 Chapman somewhere. I think. So I don't know if another high 90 Chapman is in the cards. It would be devastating for a lot of people, but I think it's very, very likely that he's gonna have it. I have 2 pitchers in here. The second one is Brian Wu. Brian Wu's been an absolute tear all season. This month he got 4 wins, a 2.7 ERA, a whip of 0.95. The dude's been on one all year. He could have another one. I don't know if he's necessarily gonna get a finest card later on. He could. I really don't know. But we talk about the pitch mix. He's got the 4-seam, sinker, slider, circle change, and a sweeper. If he had a cutter, I think that would be golden, but he does have a sinker changeup, which I think works really, really well. 5 pitches, sweeper to kind of keep everybody off the mix there a little bit. Slider, sweeper, so it's 2 horizontally breaking pitches. But he's been good all year. The guy's gone like some streak of 6 innings and stuff. The guy's unbeatable. He's very good, a strong, complete pitcher, and I think it should be rewarded with the card. Again, we talk about these higher to mid 90 cards and guys who may not be getting finest, especially when we look at this September's, the final one for player of the month. You will kind of see like, hey, if they don't get one, they had a really good month, it might be a finest thing, which we don't get until November. So keep a lot of this in mind as things sort of press on forward, that things will be moving and shaking, but I think he's a card that pretty likely will be locked in there. If I had to pick a card that I don't think will necessarily get one but deserves one, it is Junior Caminero. Junior Caminero had a slash line of 303, 52, and 707 with 12 home runs and 28 RBIs. He does have this home run derby card that is a 98. Could he be? I think he could get a 99 on tomorrow. I don't necessarily think it's likely. I'm going to say another guy who I think could have it as sort of like a maybe not. But I think he could get one. This would be a really fun thing because he would have a little bit more defense, which would be kind of nice. But this card's good in itself. If you look past the fielding, so I think a card that's not basically a home run derby card, which is an offensive card, a card with a little bit more of the fielding, could be good, and it would boost him a little bit. And again, he could be the 99 at the end of this because I think the lightning's pretty obvious. But let's put a pause into that one. Let's talk about who else could get it. It's this guy right here. It is Jurickson Profar. I think Jurickson's had a really good month. I didn't write down his stats on my sheet because I didn't think I'd be talking about him, but it dawned on me that I didn't have a replacement for the back end of the program. I think Profar could have it. He did have an early card, but it was a defensive card, not an offensive card, and he had a really good month. he might sneak in there again. Maybe this is a defensive card, boost the power a little bit, but he could also be the guy to get the end of this program at a 99. I really couldn't tell you. Like I said, it wouldn't shock me if any of these guys, like Springer could be in there. All of them could be in there. We'll kind of see how things play out. However, we're gonna end this with a bang, and my choice for Lightning here is Bruce Turang. Or Bryce Turang. My bad, Bryce. Bryce Turang. Why? Dude hit 340, had a slash line of 340, 411, 670, and hit 10 home runs. Look at the guy's power. 52 and 38. He's a speed guy. He is a on-base guy. He is a contact guy, not a power guy. This guy has 16 home runs because he hit 10 this month. I think it is his card to lose, and if I don't see a Bryce Turang earlier today before this video gets posted or tomorrow, I will be absolutely unequivocally shocked that he is not it. He should be the card and probably going to be most people's second baseman because this card's going to have power and speed. It's going to be gross to go alongside the card we got earlier from the Brewers in Christian Yelich. This card could be pretty gross as a 99 on Friday. Now, real quick before we end the video, let's talk about who the flashback could be. I think there's two running theories based on the clue. A lot of people say Nolan Ryan because Nolan Ryan had a disgusting August one year. It's possible that it could be him as a 99, a four-seam curve, of course, four-seam curve, circle change sinker. Could be it'd be another Angels card, which I think the Angels need a really good pitcher because I don't think their finest. Well, I think their finest this year is going to be Zach Neto. I don't think it'll be some other guys. But if we're looking at that in particular, it will be probably Nolan Ryan. Like I said, I don't anticipate seeing somebody else. The other sort of favorite, I don't think I have the card. I think it's here. I'm just gonna go here. The other theory people have talked about it being is where are you? Were you a dime? You were a dime, right? Good old, where are you, sir? I'm looking for Gary Sanchez. There he is. There's Gary. A lot of people say it could be Gary Sanchez. He had a card earlier. I think they're talking about the card that would be similar to the one they had in 20, where it was like his Player of the Month card in August for 1 year. It could be. I think it's a fun. Gary Sanchez cards are always fun. It could be a Gary Sanchez card. I kind of don't necessarily know. I think it'd be fun to have like another kind of more current player in that flashback. But I think for basically the entire time, we had Bryce Harper. So it is possible it's Gary. I don't know. My head leans more towards Nolan Ryan. Somebody said on Twitter they've been hinting that's sort of an Express theme. I don't know. This is like the proverbial theory because of the stars. I guess we could look. I think they have it there. If it's Ryan, it's like what RYAN. It's 5-letter Sanchez, a little bit longer. We can just look really fast here. Retro Lightning. I'm gonna guess if that's the case. My fat head's blocking it. Hang on a second. If I'm gonna guess, GARYSAN. I can't see how many dots there are, but it looks like there's more dots for Sanchez than Ryan. But again, they'll probably reveal it sooner rather than later. So we'll kind of guess. But I think those two are the proverbial favorites, leader in the clubhouse for them and all of that. Hi, post-editing Specs here. I don't know why I make prediction videos, because every time I do, good old SCS decides to piss in my Cheerios. So, trying to edit this, they dropped the program and the pack players, so I turned it off, but here are the program players, it looks like. So, going bottom to top here, it looks like the cards here are Taylor Rashney, Jimmy Crooks, Jason Alexander, Jared Trilio, Jacob Morant, I guess fits, Novelli Marte, Mark Vientos, and Kyle Finnegan. All of which I didn't have in here, as you saw. So once again, I look like a complete fool. And again, I said it yesterday. I would probably be an idiot. Also, too, here are the pack cards. Let's zoom. Hold on. There we go. For the pack cards, I think starting from the bottom here, Jonah Tong seemed obvious to me. Peyton Tolley also seemed obvious. Parker Messick, maybe not so much. The password kind of fit. Profar, I did get right. I almost put Devers. So, okay, here's what's funny. If I had to do like probable honorable mentions, Devers and Cade Horton would have been one. Bretton Doyle, no idea. Profar, I said he might get one because it was a defensive play that he got tops now card for. So right now, I'm just hoping I get the Lightning right. They haven't announced it yet. If they do while I'm still editing, I will break in at the end of it or some point and just be like, there it is. I was right. Hallelujah chorus. Specs was right. Oh my God, Specs was right. But for this, I was totally wrong. Absolutely unequivocally wrong again. It's become mainstay here, but it looks like there are some good cards here, especially in the packs and stuff. So can't really complain too much. I did get one right. I did get Profar right, so I'm thrilled about that. But all that being said, back to the current specs from yesterday that you are currently watching. I've gone cross-eyed. Thank you for listening to this. Back to the video. There you go. Those are all my picks. Where I think will shape up to be a really good Lightning player for August. Again, we really don't know. We'll probably find out before the video comes up who it is. So I will either be smiling with jubilee or sadness. It'll be one of the two, and either way, I'm sure people will enjoy it. So again, leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. We've been growing. The views have been way up for whatever reason, so I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Specs, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.